to discuss Mr. Errol, the truth, Spence, Deontay, the bronze bummer, Wilder, and the many things that happen before you get it on. KB2481. Don't forget to put AJ there too. Always blaming his coaches. Did AJ ever blame his coaches though? Did he ever blame his coaches? If so, we need to talk about that too. You know, we're talking about excuses. I can say that 100% certainty, yes, they entered as hype jobs and will exit as hype jobs. King G, Immortal, Rene Padilla, salute Kurt. How your day been going so far, man? I've been blessed, brother, and highly favored. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's crazy. I asked my coach about his reaction about Crawford Spence fight. Me knowing he is an aerosexual, he thinks Crawford was juicing. Yeah, that juicing stuff is like, you know, because of snack and all that. You know, I hear that and I just shake my head because, like, to single one person out for a whole consortium company, a vitamin company, I think is ridiculous just based on one loss. And it just shows you that people don't love the sport of boxing no more. People love the sport of a boxer, not boxers. You know, we got to talk about everybody and their chances and their keys of victory and their ways to improve and what they can do to better themselves. And you know what I mean? Their attributes, the good things that they do. Their good insight, like the things that they are good at doing. You know, let's amplify them. The bad things should not really be talked about unless they keep doing the bad things or the bad things are causing them to lose fights. Oscar Henao. Hey Kurt, what's up? Hope you're well. Everything's good, man. Everything's good. You guys, when you come in, hit that like button. I just finished lunch, so I can probably only go 30 minutes today because I have to run my errands. But we have to talk about the excuses. And it really surprised me yesterday of Errol Spence coming forth with that. You know, the cataract, no wonder I got hit with so many shots. And let me read what he said, actually. Let me see if I have it in this phone. Actually, I do. Okay. Now I'm going to read. I know you guys have already read it and see, this is why I know it wasn't really, it wasn't a really thought about deal. Let's see. Wait a minute. See if I can find it. There it is. Boom. Okay. Shout out to Rene Padilla for getting it for me because he erased it. I mean, he pulled some Javante Tank Davis shit. You know, like anything that you put on social media, if it's not worth leaving there, don't put it there in the first place. You know, I get tired of, you know, all these fickle people, you know, these public figures, these athletes, they get in their feelings and they do something. And then it's like, you know, oh, I don't feel that way no more. Let me take it down. Well, look, you shouldn't have put it up there in the first place. I believe in whatever you say, you have to be willing to own it. Okay, you can say something, and it's okay with saying something that you no longer agree with. However, if you no longer agree with it, just say, I felt that way at the time. Now I'm changing my mind. Bars. Do that. Own the shit. Don't sit there and say, hey, so-and-so, 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 and then I'm going to take it down. There's a reason why they call it social media. That means because people listen to this. People hear what you say. They read your articles, you know, and they're well aware of what you put. You can erase it if you want. That's the beauty of screenshots. Whoever invented the capability of like screen shooting or screen saving are billionaires right now. Billionaires. Dear Kurt, do you think that Wilder will be champion again? Alfonso Banks. If he finds the love of boxing, if he gets his killer instinct back, and it depends on the opponent. All those things have to line up because, for one, the killer instinct, the desire, that's all mental, okay? The choice of opponent, that's team. We know his team has set aside opponents for him to knock out for many, many, many moons, okay? He's had guys that 230th in the world, 362nd in the world, like crazy numbers. Like, you never heard of these dudes, and you'll probably never hear of them again. So it gets you to think, like, okay, where do these guys actually come from? You know, I bet you 80 to 90% of the people Deontay Wilder fought had another job. Boxing was kind of like a side thing that they used to do. Man, I'm in pretty good shape. You know, I got this belly, right? You know what I'm saying? But I've been hitting the gym maybe 2 times a week. You know, I got that Wilder fight, some tall Alabama dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get in there and do what I do. You know, they're going to give me, man, they're going to give me $5,500, man. I'm going to get $5,500, man. We're going to buy a car. We're going to put down the car for that Ram truck I want. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. Those are the type of dudes that he fights. But not he. Counterpunch to you, brother. And I thought Spence was a man. No man is going to make stupid excuses like that. Yeah, it's disappointing. Back to Spence, because we're going to be bouncing between Spence and Wilder. Wilder and Spence. Spence and Wilder. And Wilder takes the cake. He's the king of those excuses because, you know, even the stuff that he's saying now, or even the stuff that he said, didn't really make a lot of sense. You know what I mean? You know, and it's really just coming from someone that it all comes back to ego. I'm surprised at Errol Spence, and I defended Errol Spence when people were trying to make excuses for Errol Spence, and I think this is the problem. Errol Spence really hasn't said a lot but this, and I'm about to read it to you. Okay, he said had to get cataract surgery. If you guys seen the video, okay, I did a video on it. It's been past due. Shit was covering my eye. Okay. All right. Well, even that. Okay. Well, it was covering your eye. You had a cataracts. Man, that needs to be removed, sir. Cool. Then he said, why do you think I got hit with so many jabs and hooks? And he put the frown emoji. He said, still a great performance by bro. Well, that was set up to be an excuse all the way through, but then a cleanup. See, some people like to give excuses, but then try to clean up the excuses with another statement. But you've already made the excuse. That's just like, man, I had a hurt arm, you know what I'm saying? But no excuses, you know what I'm saying? But I had a hurt arm, so I couldn't throw my right uppercut, you know, like I really wanted to set up my punches like the way I wanted to set up my punches, but no excuses. You just gave us one. Just like him. He said, well, why do you think I got hit with so many jabs and hooks? Right? Frown emoji. And then he said, still a great performance by bro. Because he knew Terrence Crawford was going to hear that shit. He knew Terrence was going to hear that and say, man, you know, if you guys don't know this, that's the bullshit face. That's that stop lying face. And that's the look that Terrence Crawford would probably like this. You know, that's his classic, like, these guys. You know, yo, Kurt, excuses or confessions. That's a good title. Junto Coro. Nice title. If I would have thought of that, I would have put it. If the man needed surgery, he needed surgery. But I'm going to show guys, and this is what they need to really start thinking about before they start posting stuff. Errol Spence would have came out better if he would have posted his surgery and said, I'm going to be better the next time because I can see a lot better than last time. Not all that other shit. I'm going to be new and improved because I needed to get some things done. You don't mention Terrence. You don't mention the first loss. You don't mention any of that when you're dealing with something in the future. See, he had to go back because in his mind, he's trying to rationalize why he got his ass beat. That's him trying to rationalize to himself, and he wants the public to help him rationalize for him. And a lot of people are doing it. The aerosexuals, shout out to them because they are going to be there to aid Errol Spence through this process because he's thinking, okay, that's what it was. And then see, really, honestly, this 100% makes Errol Spence feel better, which I think it's a good thing. You know why I think it's a good thing? I think Errol Spence feeling better, feeling more confident that, hey, I'm not as under Terrence Crawford as I thought when he beat the shit out of me. Okay? So I feel better after my eye heals. That cataracts is gone. My eye, I've had 2 surgeries on the same eye. So I am better. Okay, I don't drink and smoke like I used to, so I feel better. I'm more of a family man now, like Terrence Crawford is and always was. So I'm feeling better about myself every day, and I have a reason to feel the way that I feel right now because I know I actually had a condition. My left eye was a little fat, and you did see Errol Spence's eyelid fat as hell. You did see that. Then I can tell you this for sure is when you're talking about Errol Spence, at least he had you seen some evidence. This shit runs circles around in the excuse category. I mean, this runs circles around the Deontay Wilder circus. Simply because Wilder said, based on Dante's Boxing Nation, based on Aki, based on Blue Blood, based on 78 Sports, based on Boxing Ego, based on all of those channels over there that said, hey, you know what? This is going to come to a head. We have so many sources, so much evidence, mountains of the shit that it's going to bring Tyson Fury down, his company, Daniel Kinahan. All of this stuff is going to come knocking at his door to take him right on to jail. That's what this is. And the way they talk, you could have sworn, I'm like, damn, do they really have something? Do they really have something? Because I'm like, dude, you guys are making a video every day. 2, 3 videos. All right, guys, this is how it's going to go. I thought he had a broken rib. Now it's his vision. Is it bear shit? Bada Elohim. Well, listen. I didn't even give that any energy. The rib thing, I gave that no energy. You know why I gave that no energy? Is because when you do your physical, just like I didn't give that Manny Pacquiao and my shoulder, I didn't give it that energy either. Okay, because I know that was bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like Manny Pacquiao hurting his shoulder, Errol Spence with the rib. That all has to be cleared by a medical physician. Okay. They have to have a physical examination, and they have to check off on everything that they claim that's good. So if he had something wrong with his rib, and this is the first time I'm addressing this, if Errol Spence had something wrong with his rib, that means he lied about his rib. That means he lied to the doctor. That means that is actually against the law. He committed a crime because you reported fraudulent. You reported something fraudulent that wasn't true. See that, you do that. You don't lie to a board like that. If Spence was compromised, he should have sorted it out, then fought. All that damn time that Errol Spence had to do what he needed to do, he didn't do it. Do I believe it? I don't really care if he does or not. I think he had a surgery. I do think he had one. But did that matter? Well, this is how I'm going to respond with that, people. Does it matter if Errol Spence needed a cataract surgery before the Terrence Crawford fight? I'm going to respond to you like this. We will see. We will see. Um, what's done is done because Terrence Crawford beat the shit out of him. Terrence Crawford did to Errol Spence so bad. I don't see what Errol could do, honestly, because, like, technically, Errol Spence was getting beat. He wants to talk about, okay, well, he got a jab and some hooks in there that I didn't see due to my eye, right? I'm a southpaw, so, okay, for one, here's the problem. I got to get up on the bar. Let me get up on the bar, guys. Come on. All right. Because I got to show some demonstrations. And I'm going to tell you why all of it's bullshit. Let me turn this light off. Let me put this other light on. Cool. Okay, so this is it. All right. The reason why this is bullshit to me, okay? And it's simple to understand. Errol Spence, he has a tight guard. He follows in behind the jab. That's Errol Spence. Errol Spence fights, and he gets inside. He likes to chop that body, which I love. Kind of reminds me of Marvin Hagler. Here's the problem. If his right eye, right? Okay. So his right eye is the front eye, okay? So he's coming in, he comes in, he does little subtle movements, comes in behind the jab. He might throw a hard hook or an uppercut to the body or shoots down to the body, with that left. Okay. Well, the hooks that he's referring to has to be coming from, Terrence Crawford is also coming. What the hell? Okay, let me turn this shit off. See you later. Cool. Okay. All right. So Terrence Crawford comes in also with a right. So his jab is going to be where Errol Spence's fist is. Okay. So when they're coming in. So Terrence is coming. So he's saying jabs and hooks. Bow, bow, bow. Dude, your front eye is supposed to caught that anyway. So if you can't see this man jabbing coming from a southpaw stance, you're screwed anyway. And it's not the eye that you had surgery on. It's the eye that you didn't have surgery on. Okay? That's that. That's what I'll tell you about that. Because he's coming in southpaw to southpaw. So it's like a puzzle piece. Jab, 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 left, jab, right? Jab, left, and equal jab, left. Okay, so we know what's the word? Dexterous, right? Terrence Crawford is. Terrence Crawford fought that whole fight. He fought that whole fight. He fought the whole fight southpaw. So all I'll say is we'll see. I am surprised to hear about excuses now from Errol Spence because that's been 7 months, 7 months ago. Now I will say that I'm really impressed that Errol didn't say nothing until now, but it makes me equally curious. Because I'm like, dude, Errol ain't saying that. Errol's saying, man, he whooped my ass. We got to do that shit. We got to run it back again. Yeah, he won. He got, my time was out. That's all my time was out. Okay. I mean, that's all we heard. Here's the problem, though. Where is the timing explanation now? That's my problem with him. Now you're coming with some cataracts. Oh, that's why he hit me with so many times. Dude, that dude hit you, put you down. He beat you in every way. He beat you. He out-hurt. He looked like he was stronger than you. He was faster than you. He was better than you. Everything Terrence did was better than Errol Spence. And here's the Here's the gangster thing about it. Look, this is the gangster thing. Bobby Collins in the building kind of punched to you. Here's the thing. Everything that Terrence said, he was better. He's like, I'm better than Errol in every way. And everybody's like, oh, you too little. Boo! Go home, Bob Arum's bitch boy. If Errol Spence was compromised, he should have sorted it out and ran the fight. Spence, Roy Jones Jr., Spence and Wilder are now called Dookie Love. Dookie Love. Yuck. Yeah, look, and it's funny. I was about to eat this, like Dookie Love. Oh. I doubt no fighter, it's their resolve that speaks volumes, yet this waters down a fighter over time. Well, it tears away his credibility of character. See, Errol Spence, so I don't like to just dog people, because Errol, look, let me tell you something about Errol. Me and Errol Spence, the way I feel about Errol Spence is this. I thought Errol was a part of a network or promotional outfit that they did not want to fight other fighters from other outfits. Hence, we didn't see the best fights from them. When we did see the best fights, they all came up short. All of them. See, they were only successful when they were fighting each other. Whenever they came out of there and fought somebody else, they got beat. Now, Al knew how to puppet. He knew how to pull the strings where he was at. But I think he knew, well, I can't pull the strings in other networks with other networks in conjunction with other networks and promotional companies. So I can't, these fights are very, very risky. And I don't think Al Haymon wanted to be in risky fights. And someone like Terrence Crawford, that the sad thing about Terrence is how Terrence was being treated. See, everybody was like, I don't get certain channels. I'm not saying any names, but they talk about Terrence Crawford as though like it's his fault that he's not a superstar. He's just not a sellout. Hello, Cat Williams. He's just not a sellout. He's not a clown. He doesn't bend over. He doesn't take the casting couch. He doesn't act a fool. He's himself. He's a quiet man that loves taking care of his family, that is very family oriented. He's quiet and he has a short temper. Don't piss off Terrence Crawford, because he's not the guy that say, man, you gonna make me say it again. He's not one of those people. He's one of them people like, keep talking or I'm gonna kill you. That's him. That's Terrence Crawford all the way through. Spence stopped a prime Brook. A prime Brook? Did you just say a prime Brook? You mean the broken face Brook? Kell Brook? That prime? No, bro. He went up, which was dumb. I think he did it for the money. But he went up to 160 to challenge Gennady Golovkin. Here's my thing about that, okay, Danny? Gennady Golovkin, I blame him. Gennady Golovkin had no business beating that little ass dude. Why? Because Canelo just knocked out Amir Khan, his rival, which they're both around the same size, right? Same size, same country. Countrymen, rivals. And everybody bashed Canelo for knocking out Khan because Khan was too small. He made him come from 147 to 155, and he knocked him right on out of the 6th round. Well, Gennady Golovkin, he's not middle, he's middleweight. Everybody talked about Canelo, but then Gennady Golovkin did the same thing with Kell Brook. Kell Brook hit Gennady Golovkin the hardest he probably hit anybody. You know what I mean? Because he was bigger, he looked filled in. I'm like, damn, Kell Brook looks big because he's 160. But he hasn't fought at 160, hence he has not been in there with guys that have punched or that size at 160. He's fought 147 pounders. He hasn't fought middleweights. Middleweights punch differently. They're bigger. And he learned and he found out, oh, snap. He got his face broke. Spence is one hell of a fighter. Crawford is just better. Crawford is just better. I mean, he's just better in every way, to me. Now, one thing we're going to find out is how improved will Errol Spence be? I'm saying this not as a cover up or anything. I think it's bullshit because he shouldn't have said that. That just affects his character. Not saying do I think the surgery's bullshit. I think that Errol Spence should have just this the post that he deleted should have never been posted. That's all I'm gonna say. He should have never said that, but at least we know how he feels. See, he said that and thought about it. Oh man, they don't think that I'm making excuses, man. Let me take that shit off. It's too late, Errol. People have seen that shit, screenshotted it, saved it. It's forever saved in archives of with people's personal screenshots now. They have it as evidence because you posted it. And since you posted it, Errol, that's your problem. Okay? Now, you know the reason he erased it. He had deleted it simply because he knew and he didn't want people to think a certain way. He should have thought of that before he posted it because he knew all the backlash he's going to get from that because he had such a clean record of not saying anything and not making excuses when he did get his ass trampled, slung around and beat around like a rag doll. Dude, Errol Spence looks so bad. I'm like Dillian White when Tyson Fury beat up Deontay Wilder. He was like, he beat him so bad. He did though, bro. He to the point where it wasn't funny no more. I'm laughing because like I looked yesterday at some of the images of Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. Every one of them punches, Errol's like, you know what I mean? Every one of those punches, he was just looking like he was like that was like the knockout shot. But these were chopping shots from Terrence Crawford. And Terrence was just like, bet. You know what I mean? And he was just, and he's just, and that wasn't even a hard fight for Terrence Crawford. That's what made it so embarrassing. See, people are now, including Errol, they need to cover up the embarrassment. That was embarrassing. Like that wasn't even, look, that had nothing to do with anything. You know what I mean? I never seen two people that's supposed to be that evenly matched be that one-sided. That one-sided. It was just pathetic. Pathetic. And then to the point it wasn't even funny anymore. Like, yo, bro, stop this shit, bro. Look at his face. He's bleeding out of his face. We don't even know where the blood's coming from. It's just like here somewhere. Like somebody painted it on him. Like he had some ritual Indian tribal shit going. You know? You know what I mean? And it's just crazy. I'm talking Brooke as in skills and fitness were his peak fair point about Triple G. Yeah, Triple G already damaged him. And what really happens is what people don't understand about like your skull. Once you start breaking like parts of your orbital bone, it don't work like, oh, he broke one and he broke the other. Well, no, like it's already broken. Well, I think it's a fracture. And when you start, fractures are terrible because fractures are chips. And he pissed Golovkin off because he hit Golovkin with an uppercut. Bow! And he hit Golovkin and Golovkin like, and when he did that, Golovkin got pissed. And he beat the ever-loving stuffing out of Carol Brooke at that point. Then he fought the young, hungry, quote-unquote weight bully. That's what they called Errol Spence, remember? And Errol Spence, you know, and he gave Errol Spence, bro, Carol Brooke gave Errol Spence a better fight than Errol Spence gave Terrence Crawford. Would you guys agree? Yeah. But Bud Spence so bad, PBC doesn't even have the fight on its YouTube channel. Yeah, no, they don't. And why would they want that? Why would they want that? But here's the thing I'm trying to get over to you guys. Wait, Dr. Spako, Kurt, do you think Parker will fight Hrgovic on Joshua undercard. Well, he's gonna fight somebody, and that card is already there. Okay, so here's that's the next card that the Saudis are putting up. So it has to be stacked based on the reputation that they've already done. You can't have a days of reckoning and then have a bullshit card after Usyk fights Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they're gonna have to stack that card too. We need 3 or 4 more fights, and all those fights have to be Zhang, Wilder, Parker, Hrgovic. It has to be like that. And they have to be credible names on those to get people over there because, see, this is basically an unauthorized tournament. Okay? What's the next for Wilder? We don't know. He may be fighting Zhang, but it's up to him to fight Zhang. If he doesn't want to fight Zhang, it's because he doesn't want to fight Zhang. Zhang already said that he left everything over to Wilder's team, so it's up to Wilder if he wants to fight Mr. Chinese Power. Bang Zhang. Okay? So, Ricky Super. Wilder's still the greatest to this day. Man, I love Wilder, man. I think Wilder was infamous for what he did at the time. I just saw through the bullshit. I didn't kiss his ass, but it didn't make me not like him. I'm going to tell you why. Wilder's one of those guys you talk shit about until he leaves. Then you're like, damn, I miss him. You know what I mean? It's like dudes are like, I can't stand that dude. I can't stand Wilder. I can't stand him. But then when Wilder leaves, you miss him. Because it's like, it's nobody shit. Jarrell can't stay out of jail and he got his ass beat. Who else is there? I mean, I'm talking about on the American end. UK, you guys know what you got. But on the American end, Jared Anderson, the other big baby, he don't want to fight. He wants to quit at fucking 26, 27. No undercard announced for Usyk Fury until now. Up till now, this is getting worrisome. Yeah, I get worried too, sir. Wilder is entertaining. Yeah, he is entertaining. I mean, he is who he is. Okay. I'm gonna try to do this because I'm not ready to stop, but I do have to make a drop. Let's see if I can do this. I don't know if I can. Maybe I can't. I'm not sure. I don't think I can. I think I'm gonna have to. Maybe. Well, let's see. Let's look outside the box there, innit? Matthew Branch, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Franklin is only one. Franklin. And in Franklin, there's nothing special about Franklin. He's a tough, durable fighter. Great personality. I like the guy. But there's nothing that sticks out about Franklin. He's just kind of like, Franklin reminds me of the Jerry Quarry of black heavyweights. Jerry Quarry, I mean, he was tough. He was game. You know what I mean? Like, he fought everybody, but he wasn't anything special about him. Is Spence a Wilder 2.0? No, he's not that bad. Maybe his fan base they're probably that obnoxious. Jared Anderson is turning out to be a disappointment. I had high hopes for him. Well, and remember, he had his own jail problem. So we got 2 big babies in trouble with the law in the United States. I thought of that the other day. I'm like, damn, both of those guys recently went to jail. Franklin is simply durable, a bit like Joyce. A bit like Joyce. He's just not big like Joyce. Joyce has the size. He has the chin. I hope he still has the chin. I hope Bang didn't crack his chin. But he does have the chin. He does have it. Andy Ruiz, money is over, and now he wants another payday. Payday! Guillos de Sosa. Payday! Payday! Necesito. Payday! Wilder needs a trainer. Super Ricky. He don't need a trainer. He got a cheerleader. Nah, I'm just kidding. I like Malik Scott, man. I just hope he's not trying to turn Wilder into himself, which he himself wasn't worth the shit as a fighter. Let me put some stuff on. I got to get ready. Hold on, guys. I got to take you guys with me. I'm not ready to stop this live stream. So sniff, sniff. Don't know what that means. Sniff, sniff means that it's cold. No, I don't partake in the booger sugar. Don't do that stuff, sir. Oh, yeah, it was my other deal. Okay, there we go. The only sniff you're gonna see, because I have bad allergies, is this thing here. And every time someone sees me, they think the same stuff. Taking your vitamins, brother? No, just putting on some clothes. Malik could teach him how to take a dive. Kurt, should Spence fight again? He is looking more damaged. Well, yeah, he should fight again. And see, here's the deal. And this is another thing, because about Spence. Spence is a guy that wants to fight. He's not saying he doesn't want to fight. He wants to get back in the ring. You know? That's the thing people don't understand about that Nyan. Christmas tree has to go back in the attic. Yeah, I know, right? I'm telling you, I'm not putting it down, bro. I'm not going to be the one. I'm not going to be the one. Yeah, let's roll. Let's go. Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm doing good. How you doing? Okay, here we go, guys. We are back. We are back in this thing. Dude, it's so windy, man. It is so windy. All right. Ugh. All right, so. Kurt, you have any gear for sale? Shit looks fly, brother. Absolutely. I have my own shit looks fly, brother. Absolutely. I have my own these here are kind of pricey though. These here are kind of pricey though. These are $125, but I love it, man. I wear it everywhere. I mean, Under Armour has the best stuff anyway. As far as gear goes, you know. Rule out for quiet fighters. Yeah, that's Terrence Crawford. You know, quiet people are always just really, they're deceiving anyway. You know, they're deceiving as just a species of people. Crawford damn sure fried the big fish. Yeah, he filleted him, cut him up the butt. Right? That's what he did. He cut him up the butt. Yeah, Matthew Branch, just holler at me on Instagram, DeVille Kurt, man. Hook you up. You know? Hook you up with some stuff. And you'd be like, man, what's Counterpunch boxing news? You know? Kurt, should Spence fight again? He is looking more damaged. Okay, that's where I was. I need this inhaler. Yeah, man, you can get those inhalers from, it's nothing but Vicks Vapor Rub, bro. That's all it is. It's Vicks Vapor Rub. Vivaparu. Tú necesito Vivaparu. En tu vida. your boxing assessment is great. I appreciate it, man. It's just, it's just a love for the sport, and things you should know. I was watching Showbiz this morning before I passed out, because I had to go back to sleep. And here's the deal. He brought up a fighter by the name of David Reed, which I've mentioned on my channel several times, and he did suffer an injury in the Olympics, but I do think he also was born with some type of eye defect. But I think that eye defect was in fact re-damaged, when he was in the Olympics in 95, or was it 96? But anyway, yeah, he was there when David Reed was there, when Floyd was there, Fernando Vargas was there. That team of Olympians, produced some hell of a fighters at that part of time. Malik. Okay, so let's see what we got. But no, man, for Errol Spence, that's good for Errol, because Errol now, he has something to look forward to. And what he has to look forward to is improvement. And I don't mean like, like technical improvement. I think he has like, hey, my eye, I'm going to be better prepared because I have a clear vision now. Let's say, what a turd. But yeah, Reed was born with a lazy eye. See, you know what I'm saying, Carl? Because I heard, oh well, he damaged it. No, he was born with that, and he damaged it in that. And I think, he had that problem, and and then that issue got worsened in that Olympic trial. But he always had that. I know people with eyes that just born with lazy eyes, and they become problem, especially if your job is to get hit in the face. If you're taking blunt trauma in your face. Odds are against Wilder being a champ again. He will be over 40 and have to be hungry still earliest. Well, here's the thing. Wilder, if his power is the last to go, he will still be a force for show. Bars. He could be the next George Foreman. Damn, look at that line. That line's crazy. Quad Life. Hey, Kurt, blessings to you too as well. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. We seen Danny Dubois quit because of his eye damage. Yeah, and that was in a particular fight. Oof. I just think of that eye popping like a ketchup packet. Look at Joe Joyce. He was jacked up, man. That eye swole quick too, but he was constantly getting hit, and then it made me think like, dude, this dude has no head movement, and Joe Joyce is coming in, bro, just squaring up and shit, Brooke must have the worst record for eye injuries. Well, I don't know. He's taking some eye problems, Dude, Artur Beterbiev versus Callum Smith. That's the fight I'm looking forward to. So I'm going to do a live stream on them tomorrow. Zhang would probably retire Wilder. Yeah. Everybody says that. I think Wilder will knock out Zhang. The only thing is, if Zhang catches Wilder, I don't think Wilder can handle those punches. Therefore, I don't think Wilder will get hit with those shots because they're not as fast as someone like Parker. Not calling Zhang slow, but understand, Zhang is just faster than Joyce. Who's faster than Joyce? Everyone's faster than Joyce. And you've heard it here first. If Wilder takes the fight with Zhang, he has to believe that he can beat Zhang if he takes it. If he doesn't take it, that speaks for itself. He doesn't believe he can beat him, which, hey, is okay, because you're also talking to a guy that doesn't know if he doesn't have the killer instinct and doesn't necessarily have the love for the sport, you know? So I think if Wilder fights and he takes the fight, I think he would knock out Zhang. He would have to. If he doesn't knock out Zhang, Zhang's going to destroy Wilder, because Wilder, the shit he was doing in the Parker fight, if he's anything like that again, Zhang's going to break him down, chop him down, and knock him out. See, Zhang's one of those combination fighters that he hits hard, but he also throws hard combinations. I wouldn't want to see Wilder at the receiving end of right hooks like that from Zhang, because look, this is what happens when you see one fighter beat the hell out of another fighter. You know what happens? That cements into your mind. Your last memory. That's any fighter. Man, you see what he did to Joyce. That's all you're going to think about. And what you're going to do, you're going to duplicate that thought when talking about a future fight with someone else. You duplicate that thought and you think of the possibilities of what you saw the last thing he do happen in the future with this fighter. And that's what we're doing with Wilder. Okay, we're looking at, man, he's going to retire Wilder. He's going to knock Wilder out. Why? Because you've seen him knock out Joyce. So mentally, that picture, that image, that memory is in your head of Zhang. Bow, bow. That's all you remember. And Joyce falling with his ass in the air. That's all you really remember. Period. That's what you remember. So that's perception. 1 month to go. Fury versus Usyk undercard, not announced. Why? You know what? I don't think they have a good enough one. And then and actually, I'm really disappointed in Saudi Arabia for this card, because they should have that a part of the package. Sure, we get the undisputed fight between two undefeated heavyweight champions, but come on, bro. What else you got? Shit, we got, okay. Yes, I want the steak. Yes, I want the steak. I want the mashed potatoes. But dude, where's the asparagus? Where's the bacon wrapped shrimp? Where's the shrimp cocktail? Where's the spinach artichoke dip? Where is the appetizer dish? Yeah, we got the dish. Cool. Where's the appetizers? The undercards people are the appetizers, okay, in comparison. Okay? We all thought Joshua was done after his 2 losses. Both Wilder and Joshua got 3 losses, so I'm not really writing Wilder off, but he definitely needs direction. Well, the only difference is, well, there is no difference. Both of those guys, 2 Libras, right? 2 Libras, champions at the same time. Joshua lost his belts in 19, got him back in 19. Wilder lost the next year, early the next year, 2020, then lost again. Okay, so Wilder had 2 back-to-back losses in his loss. Joshua had 1 loss, got it back, then had 2 back-to-back losses. So, you know, it's like both of those guys have been through the same shit the same way. They've both been beat 3 times, and they've both been beat by 2 people. You know, one person has beat them twice, Usyk and Fury. That's why I'm glad Usyk and Fury are fighting right now. Okay, so, yeah, no, he's not written off, but the shit he's saying. But look, I don't look at people like that. Like Wilder, I just think maybe Wilder needs people around him that talks a bunch of shit like that. You know, if you hear Wilder talk, Wilder's like one of them dudes, I don't need negativity around me. Wilder would hate a dude like me around him. The first thing they would say, man, get Kurt ass out of here, man. He always talking that negative bullshit. Wilder don't want to hear that. That's probably why they got rid of Mark Breland. That's probably why they didn't like Mark Breland. Because he was always saying, like, hey, man, if you can get caught, you can get really hurt. And they might not want to hear that. All they want to really hear is these positive speaking, positive receiving, positive believing. They don't want to hear nothing of caution, because caution is considered what? Negative. You see what I mean? Could made up a Stewart, his kidneys could have been failing. Who knows? I'm glad AJ versus Wilder isn't happening. It sickened me the way Wilder kept his rankings as he held out for the AJ payday. Well, that's not his problem. You know whose problem and whose fault that is? Resale Suleiman. Where the hell has he been? That fucking crook. Where's that crook been? Where has he been? Don't know where he's been. Where has he been? Of course, he would hate your type because you will spit out to him as it should be. Yeah, that's right. Adetola, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna see, and then a lot of times, see, like that's what entourages and shit. That's what people like. People like that. People, man, you gonna whoop the dude, man. Did you see that dude today, man? You see him hit that bag. He ain't nothing. He ain't nothing. Okay. Okay. Mark Breland wasn't a yes man. No, he wasn't. He wasn't a yes man. He wasn't. You know, he was a guy that wanted to bless Deontay Wilder, you know. And I think you know, the grand scheme of things, let's see, Mark McCauley, trainer, announced that he would fight on March 8th against who? March 8th, I don't know. I heard some stuff about Joshua, you know, bringing Joshua in there with him, but you know, who knows? Who knows? Trainer, leg day, Wilder, you're fired. Yep. My legs is already strong enough. I don't need to squat and I don't need to bend them to exercise nothing. You guys are stupid. Wilder looks of a regress since Breland left, or it could be age. I don't know. I mean, he did. After all, he did fight a lot of like. I think he wasted a lot of time fighting people he shouldn't have been fighting. Trinidad versus Reed Classic. Yeah, that was some good stuff, man. I remember when I saw that fight. Yeah, that was in 2000, man. I remember that. I was working at Brookshire's, a grocery store, and I was working at Domino's Pizza. And I remember when David Reed dropped Trinidad with a right hand. He hurt Trinidad. And when he caught Trinidad, man, he caught him. Trinidad went down, he got up. That's when Trinidad left 147 and moved up to 154 to challenge Reed. Reed was the IBF 154-pound champion at that weight class. You know, well, see, you had David Reed, which was the IBF super welterweight champion, and then you also had Fernando Vargas. Fernando Vargas was also there at 154. You know, and remember, both of those guys were in the Olympics together. Michael Buckland, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. AJ was bored in Texas, I guess. AJ was getting fat in Texas. That big beefy bastard. Dude's neck was like this big, eating steaks and barbecue and shit. You didn't eat like that in fucking the UK. I wouldn't imagine. Hanging around Derek James. Jay, you just take the reel and you do it like that, AJ. That's how you do it. You just take it like right? Oh, it's good. It's tender. Yeah, it's tender. The best ribs in town, AJ. Had AJ eating all kind of bad shit. Hold on. Beautiful, Mr. Beautiful Blues. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Wilder lost to the WBC champions. No reason to drop his rankings. The Parker loss should not drop him too much either. I mean, he lost back to back. I don't care if he was a champion or not. They went somewhere. There's no way he's the number one. No way he's the number one and still that dude. Nah, our food portions are tiny in Britain compared to Texas. Dude. Okay, good.
I think he wanted you to get some exercise, or me. Is she
Okay, remember he treated Breland like a chump after saving his ass, showing his character. Well, he fired him. So, you know, a lot of people looked at that like, hey, man, he took an L, so he fired his trainer. So, you know, the training world of boxing, the boxing world of trainers, they looked on it and shunned it, but he wasn't alone. See, Andy Ruiz did the same shit. Andy Ruiz did the same shit with Manny Robles. See, Manny Robles was with Andy way before the Joshua stuff. That's what it made it so bad, because Andy Ruiz and Manny Robles, bro, I'm gonna get him on the channel, man. I had an interview with him, but I had technical difficulties. My internet shot to shit. I was visiting my aunt, and like the area was bad. So when he was on waiting for me, I couldn't bring him on. It was terrible. But I'm gonna bring him back on the channel because I have a lot of stuff to ask him, because a lot of things that happened to him wasn't necessarily right. It was terrible. It was terrible in every aspect. He decided he let his dad go up there and fire him. I don't even know if Andy ever talked to Manny since then, like personally. He got his daddy to do it. What a punk. And then it was like, that's when I start looking at Andy like, dude, Andy, you ain't what I thought you was. Andy, one of them dudes, he sound all nice and sweet and unarmed and innocent and I love God. Everybody's beautiful. I'm so blessed. And then when he lost, after his fat ass couldn't dedicate himself to the gym after winning all those damn belts, what he did was he came in there 300 pounds. That's what he did. He came in there 300 pounds. And if you notice, you remember Media Day with Joshua in Saudi Arabia when he was the champion? Like, they must have did that Media Day for like 20 minutes. And that told me something. He did not train. They're using that time during media workout to practice, because Manny ain't seen this dude. He ain't even seen him. He ain't seen him at all. Haney cheats anyway in the system for sure. Okay, I don't know what that means. I don't really like calling people. Okay. I don't like calling people cheats if they haven't cheated. You got to give me something else besides that. There we go. That's so stupid. Kurt, they should bring back Areola, the guy who almost beat Ruiz. Well, I hope they paid Areola, because remember, that was like a Fox PBC card. So I love to see Wilder come back with a humble statement about the excuse and accusations and admit he didn't accept it at the time that would benefit him so much. Well, see, he had all the opportunity to do that. If you're talking about that Tyson Fury stuff, he'll never do that, because he has too big of a following. He has too big of a following to say the truth. The truth is, he got beat. He got beat. That's it. He got beat. Skrilla 50 in the building. The man with the wrench coming off that bench. Let's see. Even Joyce wouldn't hurt him if not slept him. Yeah, I'm back. Cool. All right.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Areola could fight Zhang. Areola could fight Zhang. No. Well, it would be a pretty good fight because Areola's a big dude, but no, I mean, I don't think. And here's the thing. I think Areola's like, I think he's better than he used to be, honestly. There we go. Areola and Ortiz is too old for boxing for a boxing. Well, hey, tell that to George Foreman. Tell that to George Foreman. Joshua hasn't sparred Wileen in 7 years. Well, I don't think that mattered. I think what happened with Otto Wileen, he expected the worst type of performance. He expected the worst type of AJ, and he didn't get that. He got something far worse. One of the best versions that night. But you know what I am thankful for, though? I'm thankful that they stopped the fight. Otto Wileen would have been, man, he would have permanently retired Otto Wileen if that would have happened. I'm just saying. If that would have happened, bro, that would have been bad. That would have been real bad for him. Real bad for him. Because, see, when you're dealing with that type of punishment, see, and Otto wasn't able to hurt Joshua, so there's nothing that Wileen did that made you go, wait a minute, all Wileen has to do is do what he did before, earlier in the rounds, or land a certain punch, or if he could get this shot off, or, you know what I mean? None of that happened. He was just this dude just on the defense and getting busted up to the body first, then to the face next. And he was not ready for those type of punches. But understand, I'm going to tell you guys something really funny, right? Tell you guys something really funny. Dude, I'm out of avocado spray. That sucks. You know who got Otto Wileen beat up like that? Jarrell Miller. See, Jarrell Miller talked so much shit, and he had AJ pissed off anyway. AJ was ready to wait a minute. Episode of vinegar. Honey and green tea. Cool. So, when Jarrell Miller was like, either way, you can either fight me, fight Deontay, end up in the morgue, or fight me, or end up in the hospital. Even though you get your ass whooped. Like, and then, you know, like, Otto Wileen was right beside him. He was smiling, and he was just, and then he was like, I think AJ is not in his peak. I think he, you know, he's down a little bit. He's done a lot. He's done a lot for the sport, but I don't think he's happy and all that stuff. Look, Jarrell Miller got Otto Wileen beat up. They both got their ass whooped. Man, that's funny, man. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. You know? Yeah, he got him beat, man. So, and then see Otto Wileen. See, he picked up that energy. He thought it was a good idea to start talking shit like Jarrell Miller. He thought it was cool. He thought it was cool. and found out it wasn't. And got beat up. And got, like my uncle says, mollywopped. Can I ask you go live on my birthday? It's Saturday the 27th. It's my big 40. Saturday the 27th. Saturday the 27th. What day is that? What's going on? Wait a minute. Isn't that when Vitervia fights Smith? Nikki Blue Eyes? Yeah, I'm taking a shot. This is for you, Nikki Blue Eyes Austin. Duh. Good stuff. Wow. Very delicious. Nice. Of course. You know, I'll put that in my put that in my calendar. I will put that in my calendar. Every channel on YouTube covers him, so yeah, I'm not a fan, but he is still in the mix. Who's that? What, Deontay Wilder? Yeah, Wilder ain't done, though. Wilder has a puncher's chance of anything. But then again, maybe that's all he's had. He's just been able to deliver the punch. So, I mean, that by itself is significant, you know? My wife is also on January 27th. Uh-oh. Squirrel 50's wife in the building. January 27th. It's like Nikki Blue Eyes Austin. All three got beat up. Wilder, Miller, and Otto. Wilder up there laughing. Otto up there sidelining. And Jarrell Miller leading the show. I'm going to watch that today. What the hell, Kurt D? You know what time it is. Oh, hello, Kurt. From Kiev. Anthony Deep up in this piece. What's up, brother? Kind of punch to you. Yunes. Ryan Garcia. Duck. Haney. He don't have courage. No, he's hanging around Floyd. Money Mayweather. Floyd had him doing that shite. Floyd. I'll tell you right now. All you got to do. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get creative on this piece. I'm going to take some of that. Dude, I'll be making concoctions. Ryan Garcia. Kelvin negative. Okay, what? Stopping Vitervia. I don't know. Like, see, here's the thing. Okay. Artur Vitervia. Smith would have to, and understand, this is Smith's first time at 175. This is his first rodeo. He's like I look at him no different than I look at someone like David Benavidez, simply because those guys are bigger super middleweights. Yes, do they belong at light heavy? Well, maybe. But see, here's the problem. Fighting someone that's already the unified champion, you're fighting the creme de la creme. You're fighting the best fighter there, or possibly one of the best fighters, or the best fighter. Vitervia is a different animal, but he wins by KO. Yeah, he's a different animal. I mean, when you see him fight, it's just watching someone that, I'm not even going to call him unorthodox. I just call him he's a barbaric dude that gets shit done. Like, it's almost like with him, like Vitervia is like how I looked at Wilder. Like, he's nothing special about him, but he gets wins. That's why, like, when Tyson, like, I feel bad for Tyson now because he's not what we thought he was. His friend was able to do what he did. Smith would have to have his trainer and cut man assist him with fighting Vitervia to stand a chance. Kurt, cover heavy rank rankings ones in month. IBF.
I'll leave that to sporting icons. I mean, I could do it. It's just for me, I'm more of a storyteller that just deals with certain articles. Live. I'm liking the lives. The lives are more interactive versus somebody that may or may not see what you got going. But I think the views represent, in the comments represent that. Smith would have to have his trainer and Cutman assist him with fighting Beterbiev to stand a chance. Well, Smith would have to keep Beterbiev off of him, set up his hook. I think Smith is very powerful, but will he be able to catch Beterbiev? There's a possibility. I know. I know that Eddie Hearn would love that, but the truth of the matter is, I don't think that's going to happen. I think Beterbiev is going to knock him out. I think Beterbiev is going to do something Canelo couldn't do. And I like Callum Smith, but I don't think he's going to beat him, though. I want to see Beterbiev call Benavidez after the fight. Benavidez has to come to the division first. He's already said what he's going to say to and about David Benavidez. David Benavidez is the mandatory challenger at 168. He talks about going to 175 if another fighter doesn't want to fight him. Fair enough. However, I don't know if that's the case with David. I don't know if he's going to go to 175. But Beterbiev already said, come to 135. I mean, 135. Come to 175. Come to light heavyweight, right? Parker versus Dubois. Winner face, Joyce. You have a better chance of teaching a cat how to bark than Smith beating Beterbiev. That's some boxing family, the Smiths. Yeah, I like the Smiths. They all support their sister, because I think she suffers from autism, or should I say she's autistic? That's what you can't say those type of things. You got to say she's autistic these days. Lunch of champions, people. Lunch of champions. Damn, this shit did a no-say dive. If you guys don't know what a no-say dive is, that is a nosedive. Shout out to my girl Virgin. We crack about that all the time. No-say dive. The damn phone did a no-say dive. I have 2 autistic boys myself. Yeah, man. I used to date a girl with an autistic daughter, and it's a challenge, man. And you definitely respect anybody that has to deal with that, depending on the level. You have levels, 1, 2, 3. Learned a lot about that, though. And it's and then the crazy thing about that is, they have their own abilities. They're like X-Men. Big fan of your channel. Been listening to your live chats and podcasts while at the gym. It's helped me stay on the treadmill for twice as long. Big love from the UK. Ben Tamin, appreciate you, brother. I'm glad I can motivate you and stay motivated. Kurt, make an interview with Jared Anderson. Man, I would love Jared Anderson. Yeah, that's for you, dear heart. If you like chicken and orange juice.
It's good.
Cool. Definitely, Kurt, my son is autistic. Yeah, man. It's a lot more common than people think. Counterpunch from Gambia, LJ. Okay. Kurt, I got my son in a program with the goal to get him into college. That's good. That's real good. It takes much training. In fact, the girl that I dated, because I dated about 4 years, and it's like she quit her job to make sure that her daughter got to school and got the right type of classes, which is honorable. You know, then here's the kicker: she was married at the time. You know what I mean? Like, okay, well, why couldn't your husband do it? Like, you know, he doesn't work, so that was crazy. Counterpunch Boxing News is world renowned. Absolutely, School of 50 in the building. Man, I get around. Jared Anderson versus Efe Ajagba. That would be a good fight, and I think that fight will eventually be made once Efe Ajagba drops a couple steps. He would have to drop a couple steps to be no longer the guy that could possibly upset the guy that they're trying to promote, which is Jared Big Baby Anderson. That's how it works. Efe Ajagba is not there yet because they don't know what Efe Ajagba is capable of or where he's going to go in his career. So before they feed him to Jared Anderson, they're going to have to see what he can maximize as far as potential and marquee value. Okay, that's what they're going to have to do with Efe first. But I definitely would like to see that fight. Jared should be able to edge out Ajagba. He should be. He just shouldn't get. Now, here's the problem. Here's the thing about that. Don't sleep on Efe because Efe will knock you the F out. He will knock you the F out, people. He certainly will. So Jared has to be careful because Jared, I think, you know, he's good and he knows he's good. He's very technical. He's very athletic. He's very mobile. And, you know, and I think he has a tendency to throw too many shots on the center line. Okay. And for that, he may get chinned. And he could be knocked out by him. Efe Ajagba and Dillian White are on the same missing persons milk carton. Efe Ajagba, if you guys don't know, he just got married. Okay. He just got married. And I think he got him a girlfriend. He basically he pulled a Keith Thurman. I just don't think he had that money like that. Frank Sanchez would beat Jared Anderson. That would be a very good fight, and I think that's the fight that we will probably see in 2 years or 3 years when it peaks. But someone would have to be a champ somewhere in another. You would have to. I see if those guys become champions, those guys should fight for a unification. And I think both of those guys at that point, because they've reached their max potential of becoming champion, I think that's a good setup to make, or for a good setup to have a pretty big money fight. You know, split 10 million, 5 million a piece or something like that. Yeah. Anderson versus Ajagba 50-50. Well, we know Frank beat Ajagba, you know, but hey, that doesn't always work like what we think it's going to work and be like. One of these younger guys have to break through the gatekeepers. Frank Sanchez versus Aget Cabello. You know, I think that would be a good fight. And if Frank could beat Aget Cabello, that's another big name on his record, especially because Cabello's stock has just risen. He took out Arslanbek Markmadov. Okay. And between Arslanbek and Frank, Cabello and Frank, who would go to the next level would be whoever wins out of those two. Okay. And it's crazy because now you have two guys that are undefeated that took out two monsters. Frank took out Efe. Cabello took out Arslanbek. Now, whoever wins between the two goes to the next level. Okay, that's how it is. And see, you have to understand, the days of reckoning, I think, is bigger than what people really think and acknowledge or recognize that it's a big event because The winners of that should go on, and I think they will go on. Think about Frank Sanchez. You think Saudi Arabia don't want to see Frank again? Hell yeah, they're going to see Frank again. They're going to want to see Frank again. You see what he did to Junior Fa? Bow! Oh. The dude was shaking like he had some type of seizure. You know what I mean? Like he knocked out Junior Fa. So everyone that won will have a special place in Saudi Arabia's heart. And therefore, they will be back on that money chart. Bars. Next December, we should see the Day of Reckoning too. Oh, that would be gangster. That would be gang. Frank Sanchez is the future if he gets the title shot. He will. He just has to keep winning. Just stay out of trouble. Stay out of baby mama's drama. I think Frank just had a child. Fa is terrible though. I mean, I guess you would look at him. See, you can't talk too bad about how bad he is because that discredits the fighter that knocked him out. And understand, Junior Fa got beat by Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker just beat Deontay Wilder. Think about it now. And Parker didn't knock him out. Parker just decisioned him. Sanchez knocked him out. He gave that boy the business. Okay? Well, I got knocked out by Lucas Brown. Yeah, he did get knocked out by Lucas Brown, didn't he? Let's see. Now, so that's his third loss? Yeah, he's pretty much done, isn't he? I think, yeah. Damn, what the hell is wrong with this phone? Philip Hergovic versus Frank Sanchez, number 1 versus number 3. Nah. Philip ain't going to want that. Damn, he got knocked out of the first round by Lucas Brown. Damn. But, Lucas is one of those guys, it ain't like he can't punch. Ortiz versus Wiley in the Battle of Southpaws. I don't know. I mean, I don't think Luis is in shape. I think he's just too old at this point. Otto would get him. He would take him because Luis Ortiz is diminished so much. But I don't know. I'd still go for Luis Ortiz, though. Fa should fight someone more on his level. Like who? We need to feel what. See, he needs to keep getting beat. No, he's not on that level. No. He's not on that level either. Otto versus Zhang. Yeah. That'd be a good fight. All Otto has to do is tire Zhang's big ass out, get him past 6 or 7, and then start, Hunter versus Sanchez. That would be a good fight. I'm going to get Hunter back on, man. I got to reach out to Hunter. I got to bring Dean White on. I got to bring the knowledge on. I got a lot to do. I'm going to do that next week. So I'm going to strategize getting these guys together on the channel so we can go live, answer some questions, do the damn thing, bring Kenny Porter back on. I think it'll be good. Kurt, did you know Wilder blamed his mom for having skinny legs? He said his mom tainted his milk when he was younger so he would have anorexic leg muscles. He didn't say it. He didn't say that, did he? Stop. No, he didn't. Cut that out. No, he didn't.
Encontramos un plan de salud.
Hunter would duck Sanchez. Hunter is the forgotten man. I'm going to see what he's doing. Bring him on the channel. Hope for everything to go the way it should go. So, let's hope that happens. We'll soon know. pretty soon. But I don't think that happened. And she cursed me. That's why my grandmama had to re-bless me, because my mama cursed me. Y'all guys are stupid. Cut it out. Ruiz versus Joyce. Okay. Wilder and Zhang. Wilder and Zhang should happen. Wilder should want that fight because he should know what it means to beat Zhang. If he's too worried about Joshua, I think he needs to stop worrying about a person that he had the opportunity to fight and he blew it. I mean, he got beat. Parker upset him. Andy ruined need to fight D. White. I don't know if Dillian White's even fighting. Philip Hrgovic will fight everybody for the interim belt. Okay. We'll see. Roger Downs. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Hey, Roger. Hunter has been reduced to a sparring partner. He's been in the wilderness for too long. Well, yeah, he's been sparring a lot of people. I think that's how he makes his money. I think he's, think about it. I mean, he was with Joshua for a while, wasn't he? He was with Joshua, was it when Joshua was preparing for Jermaine Franklin? Or Dillian White? I can't remember which one. But, yeah, he was definitely there. Ruiz needs to tune up like Fa. Yeah, he would fight Fa. Yeah, Andy would fight Fa. Hey, do you remember the heavyweight Alex Garcia back in the 90s? He was KOing everyone until he stepped up in class. I think he fought Shannon Briggs at one point. Big ass Shannon. I think I remember him on Friday Night Fights. Hrgovic versus Ruiz would be good. Huh. Hrgovic versus Ruiz. Yeah. And I think but dude, I don't think that's a big enough fight for Ruiz because it's too much of a risky fight for Ruiz. Shout out to X-Con with that. I thank you for the platform, sir. Appreciate that love. X-Con being the one coming in with that super chat. Parker got big arms. He's a good fight for Usyk. Okay, yeah, I would watch Usyk versus Parker. Usyk versus Parker would be a good fight because, see, Parker is athletic enough to be somewhat of a challenge for Usyk, especially Usyk now, because this ain't Usyk 2 or 3 years ago. Hell, Canelo ain't the same he was in 2001. This is 2024. These guys don't fight. Look, okay, boxing is not permanent when it comes to stamina, mobility, energy. The only thing that's really there that stays there is their reputation, and that's based off their wins and their power. Everything else is constantly going like this. It's constantly going down. You know what I mean? It's constantly going down, fight after fight, after fight, after fight, after fight. That's what it is. And these are these fighters. They're constantly, and you see how slow it's going? It's going just like that. Everything else won't be going to, reputation, expectation, all this shit's way up there. But everything that I just mentioned is constantly going down. Hello, Kurt. Counterpunch to you. Is that Capitano Colonia? Counterpunch to you, brother. I like Parker versus Triple D. Yeah, I like to see that fight. And here's the thing. I don't know I don't know who would win. I would go for Parker. I think Parker would beat Daniel Dubois. Kurt, read the article. Wilder claims tainted breast milk calls skinny legs on the sport. Stop. Are you serious? I mean, I thought you was kidding. Don't do that. Because you know I'll make a video on that shit and don't do that. Parker would box circles around Triple D. Yeah, I think he would. See, Dubois looked good boxing Miller because Miller was coming right at him. But someone like Parker, he has to think and strategize and, no, he's not that type of dude. I don't think he has that type of patient, strategizing mindset. I don't think he's that advanced. I think Danny Dubois is good at fighting people that either don't have punching power like Brian Jennings, guys like that, and he knows he's just going to eventually catch him and knock his ass out. Guys like that, and Brian Jennings is not even, I could look at his head and tell that this dude don't even train. See, one thing about okay, I got a big head, but I know if I get extensively training, my face is going to get smaller. You know what I mean? Like things are going to slim down naturally because you're using more of your resources or your backed up resources because it's burning, especially when your body starts going through mitosis stage, when your body starts losing weight based on what your body's using, based on what your body, the amount of energy your body's burning, based on what you already have on reserve. Miller is a garbage truck with arms and legs. You guys are terrible. Moses Atoma versus Jared Anderson. Yeah, in about 2 years. That could be a good fight across the pond. It sure could. Moses has to, he has to get in there with some people first. Miller, I get all wrong for Wilder. Yeah, because Wilder's gonna, you see what Wilder's gonna do. He's gonna grab. Here's the problem. Wilder won't let exchanges in the inside go like that. He's not. Jared Anderson versus Franklin is the hope for U.S. boxing. I would watch it. Franklin. I think Franklin would have to get paid a certain amount of money. He'll do it if the money's right. Now get is trending upward. But back to Errol Spence though. Errol Spence, I think he needed that. I think to sell the fight because people are looking and hoping and wishing and depending on something like we just seen. And Errol Spence did that, I think, for his fans. I think he did, I got hit that much because of this condition I had with my eye. So, guys, don't worry. I'm going to come back stronger, and we're going to see what I was talking about. That's what he's doing, and he's helping himself, and he's helping his crowd, his fan base. Wilder did the same shit. Wilder did the exact same stuff. But yeah, that's the difference. Errol Spence, I hope it makes a difference with with the fight. I think Terrence Crawford's still going to beat him, but I just hope it's more competitive in the process. Okay. You guys, thank you guys for coming on. I'm going to get some more stuff done, work on some more videos for the channel. I will be back tomorrow as we talk about some more boxing. We got to talk about Maturviev. We have to talk about Callum Smith. We have to talk about the possibilities of this new date in the undercard, still not to be released, by Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. Okay. And we have to see what's going to produce with that and the huge fight after. And here's the thing. Joshua's back in a big way. So it's now like, hey, he's fighting Ngannou. So let's see. I'm going to reach out to Michael Hunter to still get him on there. Jackie Boy Johnson. Michael Hunter is still America's #1 counterpunch to you. Thank you, Kurt. All of you been counterpunch. Julian Falcon in the building. Eunice, AAR. Jackie Boy Johnson. Football Media. Ex-Con. Carl Young. Bars. Everyone has been counterpunched. Peace.
Hey guys.
Hey, what's up?